Saving the Gharial by Janaki Lenin. Summary. Saving the Gharial by Janaki Lenin aims to raise awareness about the endangered gharial, a crocodilian species, and advocate for its conservation. The author provides insights into the unique features and behaviors of gharials, emphasizing their role as devoted parents. The narrative highlights the challenges faced by conservationists in protecting the gharial population from various threats, including human interference. Lenin urges readers to empathize with these creatures and actively participate in preserving the biodiversity of the Indian subcontinent. The article serves as a call to action, encouraging people to understand the significance of safeguarding the gharial for the health of rivers and ecosystems. About the author. Janaki Lenin is an accomplished Indian wildlife conservationist, columnist, and author. With a deep passion for nature and wildlife, Lenin has dedicated her work to raising awareness about environmental issues, particularly focusing on endangered species. Her writings, including articles and books, blend scientific knowledge with compelling narratives to engage and educate readers about the importance of wildlife conservation. Lenin's commitment to environmental causes extends beyond her writings, as she actively participates in efforts to protect and preserve India's diverse ecosystems. Through her work, she strives to inspire a sense of responsibility and action towards safeguarding the natural world. Question 1. Read the extracts and answer the questions. Extract 1. The sun blazed overhead. India, Bangladesh and Nepal. Para. 1-4. Question 1. How does the narrator make the reader anxious that the river could be in danger of disappearing? Answer. Initially, the narrator describes River Padma as a wispy blue line in the distance and later as a ribbon of cobalt blue. The description of a mighty river bordering two countries as a thin strip tells us that the purpose of this personal essay is to showcase the danger of rivers disappearing altogether. Question 2. Why did the narrator think that the gharial could be an illusion? Answer. The narrator was exhausted and could not believe that at last their expedition was crowned with a success or finding the river Padma as well as spotting a gharial which was totally unexpected. Question 3. How was the mother gharial's behavior strange? Answer. The mother gharial was guarding her eggs but did not mind the team taking them, though she did not know that they were doing it for the good of her babies. Question 4. What were Whitaker and his team going to do with the eggs? Why? Answer. Whitaker and his team were going to take the gharial's eggs to breed the young and rear them safely in captivity and release them in protected areas when they were old enough to fend for themselves. This was to keep the young gharial safe from predators like jackals, mongooses, hyenas, and also from human interference so that their survival could be ensured because their dwindling numbers have become a cause of concern for preservers of biodiversity. Question 5. How is this incident significant? Answer. This incident happened in the mid-1980s and may have been the last time that gharials laid eggs for breeding in Bangladesh. That is why the narrator wanted to work in the gharial territory along River Padma in India, Nepal and Bangladesh because, at that time, no one knew much about gharials to sort out their problems. Extract 2. When a male reaches adolescence, and the other will retreat. Para. 5-7. Question 1. What is a bus snort? How does it function in a gharial? Answer. The buzz snort is the term coined by the narrator referring to the gara-like growth on the tip of the snout of a male gharial as it produces a buzz noise when the male breathes out forcefully. It grows in an adolescent male at around the age 12. The buzz snort serves two purposes: to attract females and warn off rivals. Question 2. What are the reasons male gharials begin fights with their clan? Answer. Male gharials are very territorial. Even during winter they mostly stayed in the water, always alert to any other male intrusion into its territory. When a gharial suspects invasion into his territory, he surges forward and fights with the intruder with all its might, their slender snouts clashing like swords in the air. At the end, the gharial that wins the fight occupies the territory. Question 3. Describe the strange behavior of an adult male gharial on the Chambal River near Rajat. Answer. Though most crocodiles warm themselves on sandbanks during winter, this adult male gharial stayed underwater making the strange sound to advertise its presence and to protect his territory. Question 4. What is the third purpose that some biologists think the clapping of jaws serves? Answer. Some biologists thought that clapping of jaws could be a method of stunning prey as well as marking territory. Extract 3. This female dug with her. The finest example of a healthy river, para 10-16. Question 1. How does the narrator make the information about gharial breeding interesting? Answer. The narrator intersperses general factual information with specific visual details from her personal experience. When she once watched a mother gharial searching for and guiding her 36 newly hatched babies to the river, they walk like ducklings behind her. Question 2. What is the narrator's purpose in describing the parenting abilities of adult gharials? Answer. The narrator focuses on their parental love and care for their children. 1.to show us that she has developed an emotional bond with them, and 2. To arouse our interest in them, to protect them and their habitat. Question 3. Does the narrator end the essay with hope or despair? Explain. Answer. The narrator realizes that the 30-year project to save the gharial was not very successful because saving the gharial has to be part of a larger concern of saving our rivers for them and for fishermen. As part of a larger campaign against urban development, pollution, and climate change, she is hopeful that the project to save the gharial will be successful because the presence of gharials is proof of a healthy river. Question 4. Was their work part of a larger project? What project? What made it necessary? Answer. Whitaker and his team's work was indeed part of a larger project called Project Crocodile. It was launched in 1974 by the Indian government with the UN's help. The project was initiated in order to counter the rapid decline of the gharial and related species in the Indian subcontinent. Question 5. Did Whitaker and his team succeed in breeding a large number of gharials in captivity? Was their project a success or a failure? What made it so? Answer. Whitaker and his team succeeded in breeding a large number of gharials in captivity. But their project received a setback because out of thousands of young gharials released in protected areas, only few survived for long. Threats of human interference in the form of bamboo rafting and net fishing affected the project adversely, with the snouts of gharials being shut tight because of the fishing nets, which eventually starved them to death. Changes in natural environment, for e.g. the river eroding the sandbanks, egg-laying site, and uprooting the trees and so on, had flushed the gharials out of their protected area and sometimes into the sea. Question 6. Is Whitaker optimistic at the end of the text? What makes him feel that way? Answer. Whitaker is optimistic at the end of the text because he feels that the gharial is not in as much danger as it had been before. Though he acknowledged that their 30-year strategy of captive breeding had not done enough and the species still faced an uncertain future, yet he was hopeful because he thought that people seemed to be at last ready to do what it took to save the gharial. A healthy gharial population indicates a healthy river, and people are finally waking up to the need for preserving biodiversity and river ecosystems. Appreciating the text. Question A. What do you think was the writer's intention behind writing the text? Does she want to persuade us about something? Answer. In Saving the Gharial, the author aims to raise awareness about the endangered gharial, emphasizing its unique characteristics, behaviors, and challenges. The anthropomorphic portrayal of the gharial, depicting it as a devoted parent, seeks to evoke empathy for the declining population. The author sheds light on conservation efforts and the threats posed by human interference. By providing information, the writer urges readers to recognize the plight of these creatures and work towards preserving the diverse ecosystems of the Indian subcontinent. Question B. Would you call the text factual or opinion-based? What parts of the text support your answer? Answer. The text states facts instead of opinions. The author furnishes real data and interesting facts about the gharial that Whitaker and his team observed up close. The strange appendage of the adult male gharial called the gara and the underwater territorial jawclap that they display have been witnessed by the author firsthand. The information about Project Crocodile and its fate are also recorded facts. On the basis of facts presented to us, sometimes directly and sometimes through metaphors, the author seeks to awaken the masses to the need for protecting the gharials. Question C. In your opinion, does writing the text as a first-person account of events make the text more believable or less so? Give reasons for your answer. Answer. Yes, writing the piece in first person has made the text more credible as a first-hand account of a conservationist. Question D. Would you describe the writing as dry and informational or vivid, visual and interesting? What are the phrases or sentences that caught your eye? Answer. The writing is quite graphic and interesting. Describing the river as a ribbon of cobalt, the image of the territorial gharial surging forward, churning the water into froth with his tail, and the snouts clashing like swords in air have made the writing interesting. Question E. What information about the gharial's behavior and lifestyle gives us an emotional connection with them? Answer. The gharial parents' efficient methods of caring for the young draws parallels with the devoted affection that humans render to their children. The increasing pressure on their habitat due to human interference and climate change has posed a threat to their survival. This is similar to the extreme competition that humans must participate in to maintain a home and dietary habits of their choice. Question F. Were you convinced by the writer's arguments? Did it change the way you think about crocodiles? Why or why not? Answer. Yes, I was convinced by the writer's arguments. It deepened my general idea about crocodiles. Could also visualize their fascinating lives through accounts of their techniques of warding off predators or attracting females and their clever ways of rearing young ones. The fact that their natural habitats are threatened because of human interference and climate change is a matter of grave concern. It made me empathize more with the gharials. Question G. What does the author observe about the gharial mother's efficiency in facilitating her baby's journey to the water? Answer. The author observed that usually crocodiles are known to take hours to help their babies reach the water. The mother cannot exactly see where the babies are buried, and in an attempt to tenderly carry their babies to the river, they mistakenly carry rocks, eggshells, clods of dirt and even baby turtles instead of their own youngsters. But the author notes how the gharial mother had a far more efficient way of leading her children to the river. She would just excavate the nest and move into the water while her babies would follow her trail on their own, thus reducing parental effort and ensuring a quicker result. Question H. How did the gharial's choice of habitat and diet cause its downfall? Answer. Gharials were river dwellers and they ate only fish. Dams were being constructed on the rivers they dwell in, resulting in the separation from each other, and they are forced to move into rapidly shrinking habitats. Their domain is shrinking from 20,000 square kilometers to 200 square kilometers. During fishing, several of these gharial snouts got tangled in nylon fishing nets, and as they were unable to open their mouths, most of them starved to death. Question I. Though fierce-looking animals, one can see a lot of tender qualities in gharials. Justify. Answer. Gharials look scary and one would dread them, but the narrator has highlighted some very tender qualities in them. One can very well relate to their territorial behavior and the way they protect their youngsters. Further, by feeding only on fish they exhibit they are not aggressive like other crocodiles.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more updates.